Canada Soccer Women's National Team, the Olympic champions, our captain, Christine Sinclair. Curtis, please go ahead for the Canadian press.
Hi, Christine. Thank you very much for doing this. I just wanted to get your sense of now having time to sort of think about the accomplishment of winning a gold medal. What are your thoughts now that you've had time to sort of process the moment?
Well, first of all, honestly, I haven't had time to process it. It's been a whirlwind since that game ended, and spending, a couple of days in the Olympic Village enjoying it, then enjoying the closing ceremonies. And I just got home late last night. So it hasn't even sunk in yet. But I'll tell you that there's no greater feeling than standing on the top of the podium with your best friends, with the people that you've experienced, like all the joys and all the lows that sports brings you. Standing up there, listening to the Canadian national anthem. Yeah, it's a moment I'll never forget. But in terms of the gold medal, it has not sunk in yet. I'm not sure when it will.
And just as a follow-up, I know some of you and your teammates have been talking about the need for a women's league, a domestic women's league in Canada. Do you think that this accomplishment by the women's national team, will make people who can invest in this kind of venture take notice?
That's obviously our hope. We've been saying it for a long time, but having 3 Olympic medals now, just having won a gold medal, I think we're the only country ranked in like the top 10 to not have some sort of professional environment for their players to play in. It's time for that to change, and we're hoping that this platform will give us the opportunity to kind of start that change and plead to Canadians that have the ability to make the difference, to invest in women. The youngsters, the young little kids, they deserve to be able to go watch their heroes on a week-to-week basis, not just once every 4 years. So that's the next goal, is to get professional soccer to Canada.
Thank you. Derek from Post Media, 2-part question, please.
Hi, Christine. Thanks for taking the time to do this, and congratulations on the accomplishment. I guess I wanted to ask you, maybe just get your thoughts on this team. Seemed like such a tight-knit group of players, and you guys have been through some wars together, and it really appeared that everyone kind of played their part in this gold medal. It wasn't just 1 or 2 or 3 players. It appeared that everyone that played contributed in their own way, in some way. Can you just maybe discuss the team and how close you guys seem to be, and how generally you guys were all friends with each other?
Yeah, I think heading into every tournament, we've known that our X factor is always like our connection. I think a lot of teams say that they're a close-knit team. We truly are. I mean, these are some of my best friends, and they have been for years, and we've been through a lot together. And throughout the course of the tournament, like, we choose to spend time together, we choose to play games, and that's how we pass the time. And I think what you saw in this tournament was that the best team won. All Bev asked of us was that each player just do their part. No one had to play out of their minds. She knew that we had the components to go far in this tournament, and everyone just needed to do their job. And you saw that, I think, throughout the course of the entire tournament, and the same goes to the staff. Just everyone did their job, and we put it all together, and somehow managed to win a gold medal.
And I want to ask you, 9 years ago, obviously you guys had to kind of pick yourselves up after that semifinal loss and go out and win that bronze medal. But I want to ask you about, was it difficult to kind of refocus after that huge emotional win over the United States in the semifinal, and then a few days later play Sweden in the final? This is something obviously you guys wanted to finish off. So how tough was it to kind of refocus, come down, and kind of refocus on the next task at hand here?
Yeah, I think I think Bev was really concerned about that. For our entire team beating the Americans at the time, like felt like our final. I mean, some of our players had been on the team for 15, 16 years and never beaten them. And then the celebrations and just how that game went. But, we headed into the tournament with, like, our motto was change the color of the medal. And knowing that we had done that, we'd beaten the US, we were going to the final. But in that locker room, immediately people were like, well, we're in the final. We're not just satisfied with that. And once you're that close to gold, we knew we would be like devastated coming home with silver. And so I think we enjoyed the win against the US. For some of us, it was a little bit of revenge. That was nice. But yeah, we were able to quickly turn it around and focus on an Olympic final. I mean, how many people get the chance to play in one of those?
Thanks a lot, Christine. Again, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Doug Smith from Toronto Star, followed by Harjeet at Equalizer.
Christine, thanks very much for doing this after what I'm sure is a lot of hectic time and travel.
It's all good.
We've just heard three of your teammates talk about being inspirations to the next wave of young players. I'm just wondering how you see yourself and your team as sort of beacons for young girls who may want to stay with the sport, who may be thinking of, growing up and going on to something else.
Yeah, I think that's a role that we all take very seriously. We have a unique platform, and to be able to play on the world stage, represent Canada. But my entire career has been about like inspiring the next generation. And, I think it started in London. That was our rallying cry, that tournament. And, I'm now teammates with the Ashley Lawrences and Jessie Flemings, Julia Grossos, that seriously tell me that they remember watching that game. And that's when they decided that they wanted to play for Canada. And now I think it's only going to be bigger, that 10, 15 years from now, that next generation of young kids that watch Canada win gold in Tokyo will be on the national team. And hopefully it will bring more and more opportunities to the young kids, the young girls specifically. And that kind of ties in with the whole professional environment that, only so many, it's such a small number make the national team, but it doesn't mean that kids' dreams should be like, they shouldn't be able to follow their dreams and chase their dreams just because they don't make the national team. There should be somewhere that they can continue to play the sport they love.
Great. Thank you very much. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll go to Harjeet, followed by Moses from Global.
Hi, Christine. Congratulations to you and your teammates on winning gold. The whole country was so excited to watch, so congrats.
Thank you.
We're hearing a lot about getting a league or a team up here. You and your teammates have mentioned that a lot. What specifically needs to happen do you want to see in order to get the league or a team? What are the steps? Is it funding? Is it NWSL interest in Canada? What do you think are those steps, the blocks that need to actually happen now?
I'm no expert in this matter. So what I say is just what I think. And I never went about forming a league or teams before. I think the short-term goal should be NWSL, similar to how it was with the MLS, bringing a couple of franchises to Canada. Seems like the easy, logical step. And I think it just takes, some wealthy individuals within Canada willing to invest in women's sports and women's soccer. Individuals do that on the men's side, companies do that on the men's side all the time and are willing to lose millions of dollars, but they're willing to do it. And so I think within Canada, it's just people willing to do that for the women's side of the game. I honestly think that's what it's going to take. It's just some people with some deep pocketbooks willing to take a chance.
Thank you very much, Moses. And then afterwards, we'll follow with Shannon Patterson.
Thank you, and thanks, Christine, for actually doing this. I know taking what's been a busy time, a whirlwind, like you mentioned earlier in this interview. I did want to mention to you that I was talking to a few members of previous national team members that made it from the World Cups in 95, 99, and they were so emotional and wanted to thank you and everybody that took part in the gold medal because they felt they won that too. So I wanted to make sure that you got that message as well.
Perfect. Thanks.
And the thing I wanted to talk about, well, you're only 38 years young. So there's an opportunity to say that, you're only 38. To me, that doesn't seem like it's old at all. All right. So I assume that you got another World Cup. You got another, perhaps 2024 to defend that gold medal, another Olympics. Have you ever thought, has that kind of crossed your mind in terms of, all right, you know what, I'll be back?
I went into this tournament, obviously knowing when the tournament was over that I was going to be faced with these types of questions. And I made a conscious decision to know that I wasn't going to make a decision at the end of the tournament right away. There's so many emotions, like whether you win gold or you lose in some devastation like way. I knew I wasn't going to make a decision. I'm not going to make a decision right now. I still physically feel great. I'm pumped to rejoin my Portland Thorns teammates and try to win some championships here. But I'm at this point, I honestly don't know what the future will hold for me. Definitely going to take some time with my family and discuss things and, probably see where I'm at in like a month. That's probably when I'll start to really think about what I want to do. Because right now I'm like, I want to keep going forever. And then the next day I'm like, oh, or you can just be done at the top. So who knows what'll happen.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Shannon?
He actually asked my question about what's next for Christine, but I'd love to see your medal if it's nearby. So maybe you can show it to us. And
you think I just carry that thing around? Oh wait, I do. Yes.
I'd love to see that. And then we were all hoping you'd come home to BC. We're all hoping that we'd see you here. I understand you're still in Portland. Do you have any message for people back home? So supportive of you. I don't know if you saw the big gold medal they've put up at the Christine Sinclair Rec Center. Your message for people back here in BC. You're our hometown girl, and we're so proud of you here. So yeah, show us the medal and talk to the people back home.
All right, so this is the medal. What? And it's not made of chocolate. And actually, so I'm in Portland. I'm actually coming back to Vancouver on Thursday. I haven't seen my family since Christmas, so some family time is definitely needed. So I'll be around. But my message to the people of BC would just be like a massive thank you for their support throughout the course of all these years. It's truly the best place to grow up. It's where I learned everything about soccer, and just the support. We've been through some highs and a lot of lows together, and the people of Burnaby, the people of BC have always had my back and supported me. And I cannot wait to get home and be able to share it with the people closest to me.
Hi, Christine. Thanks so much for taking the time to speak to us, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Actually, I wanted to take a different approach with questioning and ask you a tactical question. I think, Bev sort of deployed you as more in a withdrawn role in the Olympics, more as a sort of a false nine, as opposed to, the number nine traditional striker role you play. I just wanted to ask, what are the challenges as a traditional number nine to play that sort of role, to make that adjustment? And is this the way forward for you, do you think, with the national team? Can we expect you to play more in that sort of false nine role?
Well, first of all, personally, it wasn't that challenging, because in my club environment here in Portland, that's the position I've been playing for probably the past 3 years. So it was actually very easy for me to slot back and play sort of that false nine, attacking midfield type role. It's something I actually really enjoy. A lot of the times as an out and out nine, you're so isolated and you have to wait for the game to come to you. Whereas, finding yourself in midfield, you can, I think, have a little bit more of an impact. I think the most difficult thing for me is I'm so used to scoring so many goals that playing in midfield, it's a little bit more challenging to do that. And I don't know, the future, I mean, Bev, she brought in an entirely new formation for our team to play, and it definitely suited, I think, all our strengths. People in midfield, very comfortable on the ball, willing to turn, and then playing with two forwards that could very easily, I think, have run in the 100-meter dash in the Olympics, and just, playing to our strengths and the pace we had up top.
Great. Thanks, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go with Sarah.
I've got about a million questions, but let's go with goals. You scored more goals for your country than any other player, man or woman. I mean, Ronaldo's at a mere 103 and you're at 187. What does that feel like? And is that pressure a lot when you walk on the pitch?
So the goals, I mean, obviously that's something that's happened over the course of a very long career. And, for me, I've just always been able to score goals, give me a chance. And most of the time I'm able to put it in the back of the net. And it's something my parents even said that I was able to do when I was like 5 years old, learning how to play soccer. They're like, you always just knew how to score. But for me, I think in the past in my career, I've definitely put pressure on myself, playing for the national team, knowing that I had to score goals to help the team be successful. But these past few years have actually been very freeing for me as our team has gotten better and deeper. I know that I just need to play well and do anything I can to help the team win. I don't need to put extra pressure on myself to score goals. We now have other people that can put the ball in the back of the net. So it's been very freeing these past few years to just take that pressure off myself and just be able to play. And I think, this tournament you saw, we have a number of goal scorers, people able to put the ball in the back of the net. And that's, it's a big relief for me.
Grant Little, followed by Sandra Persina.
Hi, Christine. Congrats on the gold medal, and I hope you're doing well. I was wondering if you had a chance to see the video the Thorns posted of your club coaches and teammates' reaction to you winning gold, and as well as the messages from Mark and your teammates and fans all around Portland, and what your reaction is to all that.
I saw the video, and I still think my teammates are crazy, and the staff. But honestly, ever since coming to college down here in Portland, I've always said that these fans, it's the best fan base in the world. And they support you in your lowest times, as well as your best. And the outpouring of support I have received throughout the course of the entire tournament, but, obviously specifically these past 3 or 4 days has been overwhelming. Whether it's been such kind words from your head coach, other members of the staff, to just teammates sending me the most ridiculous videos that you can imagine. There's no place I'd rather be, no place I'd rather play and be a part of this city, be a part of this organization. It's an honor. I haven't seen any of my teammates yet. I saw one this morning going to get COVID tested. But I can't wait to see them, see the staff, and then obviously experience my first game back at Providence Park. It's going to be incredible to be able to share this with them.
Thank you very much. Sandra Persina, followed by Megan Johnson.
Thanks, Richard. Christine, congratulations. We're all so
you.
proud of you. The PKs, got to ask you about the PKs. What was the vibe like as you guys were watching it? Because I know for us back home, it was complete emotional roller coaster. So that's just as people watching. What was it like for you?
Honestly, I mean, the PKs throughout the course of the entire tournament just are like the worst things ever, unless you win. But they're just, it's obviously, I'm so glad we won. But for a tournament to come down to PKs, in a way, it's a coin toss, to be honest. I think it's the first shootout I've ever actually not physically been a part of. And I was on the sidelines, and it was the worst experience of my life. I wish people had a camera on Desiree Scott and I throughout the course of that shootout, because we were absolutely going insane and having heart attacks and going through everything. But as a team, honestly, like, we'd been together for over 40 days, and every single practice we worked on our PKs, knowing that a lot of tournaments come down to them. Very rarely do you see a team win a tournament without, at some point, whether it's in game or in a shootout, without advancing with the help of PKs. So we worked on them. We had extreme trust in ourselves. And then we had Steph Labe in goal, who was like a brick wall and insane. So we liked our chances, but yeah, it's so stressful, and I can't even describe what we were going through.
Congrats. Enjoy it all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Megan Johnson, please.
Hi, Christine. Massive congrats to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing us the gold medal. That's awesome. I wanted to ask you about Bev Priestman. Obviously, she's not new to the program, but she did have a short runway in her new role as head coach. So what was she able to bring to the team that allowed you guys to reach this gold medal?
Yeah, I think like our team, the past like Olympics has always been able to like rebound from disappointing World Cups. So we have that in us like naturally. But what Bev was able to bring out and do is, I think, like I said earlier, just play to our strengths. We defend. We are world class at defending as a team. We do not give up many goals. We don't give up many chances. We have players in midfield that can control the ball, and then we have world class pace up front. And then the other thing I think Bev what she was able to do is make the most out of the new rules for the Olympics, which allowed 5 subs. And I think she used those brilliantly throughout the course of the tournament. We had a depth on our team that we haven't necessarily had in the past. And I think she took full advantage of that by the end of the tournament. Obviously, there were some players on our team that played massive minutes, but for the most part, people felt great. They'd been rested little bits throughout the course of the tournament. So yeah, I mean, she obviously did everything right. It's just, I missed the first camp under Bev because of an injury. And when I came into the team after that camp, there was just a different vibe about the group, that she had instilled this belief and this bravery that maybe we hadn't had in the past. And we lived it throughout the course of the entire tournament.
Thank you very much, Christine. We will wrap up with one last question. So of course, Christine, you've been to 3 Olympic Games, and aside from coming home with a gold medal this year, what moment do you take away or bring home from the Olympic Games? And more importantly, how does winning gold inspire you?
It's funny. So like, there's no like specific moment that sticks out. I mean, obviously, standing on the top of a podium, listening to Canada being played is something I will never forget. But to be honest, it was like the little moments that people will never see. Like us killing time by playing Wink Murder and playing like cards and just like hanging around after meals as a team. We had a massive Mario Kart tournament going while the Olympics were going. I don't know, just us watching other Canadian athletes compete, cheering them on as best we could. So I think for me, what sticks out are those moments that just behind the scenes that the cameras never caught. Those are the memories that I'll like take forever. And gold, honestly, that's something I think like it'll take months to sink in. I remember back in London after like when the whistle blew and we won bronze, like just having like tears that I'd like realized a childhood dream and I was bringing home an Olympic medal. But I've yet to have that moment with gold because it's been such a whirlwind. And so my gut is that will hit me when I see my family this weekend and get to share that with them.
Fantastic. Thank you, Christine. And we thank everybody for the Olympic champions media call this afternoon with Christine Sinclair.